Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. I'm here in this underground layer deep within the level from the street here in Austin, Texas, and we have something totally redesigned that you have been waiting for, and this is it right here. This is your 2024 Lexus GX 550. But before we get into this off-roading, luxury, tuxedo-wearing beast, let's talk about what's going on here. It's been nearly 20 years since the introduction of the Lexus GX, that mid-size SUV that's meant to really bring the luxury that Lexus is known for, but also take you off-roading to places where other luxury SUVs would literally get stuck in the mud. Now, what's fascinating is, remember, Lexus has been around since 1989. Lots of models have come out of their factories, not only here in Japan, but also in the United States. What I want to do is I want to take you on a tour of this new Lexus GX 550, and it's a special trim that is being brought to us for this special event. It's called the Overtrail, that really beefs up the off-roading. So let's go ahead, let's dive into this midsize SUV and find out, is it the best, the one you should buy, new luxury midsize SUV for your driveway? Let's go ahead and dive in. Right off the bat, the dimensions. It has that same boxy appearance that we are known for and that we love with the GX, but there are some changes. You're noticing a little bit wider of a GX and also a longer wheelbase. Now, at the front of the business, you're gonna see that great Lexus style that they bring with their lighting. So you're gonna have that triple LED beam headlights with our signature daytime running lamp, a little bit of gloss black that I am gonna zonk because I wish this was functional, but you do also have your LED turn signals. Now, as we come down with this nice metallic sand color, you'll notice we have LED fog lamps. And I like the way that they did this like almost triangular housing for those fog lamps. You'll notice on the Overtrail, you have that flared fender. So this is a wider, not only is it a taller and longer GX, it's a wider GX. And you could really see how they did a great job taking that painted fender flare and then bringing it into the flat black. Smart to have that because that's gonna protect that nice paint. Now, as we come across the front end, noticing normally that spindle grille design, this is a continuation of what we brought you on the Lexus RX. This is the spindle body design. So you can see they did a great job with this satin black horizontal slots with a little bit of vertical. You got the Lexus badge, forward-facing camera, very important on the off-roading. But my favorite part is, instead of taking the big spindle grille and bringing it all the way down, they went spindle body. So you have that body colored finish that still mimics what's happening up top and brings it down at an angle. I really think that it cleans up the front of the GX and really makes it even look more rugged than the previous generation. Now, you are gonna get, of course, a little bit of this satin silver, and then underneath we do have metal protection for those inner bits. Lots of ground clearance because, like I said, this is meant to not only take you to the mall, but also take you off-roading. Now, as we rise up, look at this big bold hood. Nice kind of valley in the center. They peak the fenders, give you a great visual reference point. And then as I go really wide around these fenders, what are we talking about? Wheel and tires. So on your GX, you'll be able to get different size wheels, 18, 20, and larger. On this Overtrail, we have these satin gray, really nicely done satin gray finish on the wheel, looking good. 33-inch tires, and we have those true real deal Toyo open country all-terrain tires. You can see the shielding that they have. Remember, this is an 18-inch wheel. You can go larger depending on the trim. 265 on the width, 70 series sidewall, and I love the way that they angled that plastic fender flare area. Lori's gonna zoom in and show you the upper control arm. You can see our suspension bits all in there very nicely. And then as we rise up, coming towards the rear, this is where you get some of that nice boxy style. So we have a nice tall flat roof up there. You're gonna have gloss black on your mirror caps. Look at the way that they work the turn signals. Really, really killer there with your 360-degree camera. They did do a little nice combo deal, a body colored with some metallic gray. The gloss black here, I think I'm gonna zonk. It's a little too heavy, and I'm curious if this is gonna produce a bunch of glare. But other than that, the way that they did the two-tone, instead of just bringing the black down on the A-pillar, I think gives it a unique style. Longer wheelbase. Remember, when I say wheelbase, when you're looking at the side of the vehicle, that's the space between the front and the rear wheels. You are gonna have your stationary running boards. Nice, wide to get those bigger shoes, boots, and everything else that you're wearing. You have your raised roof rail up there to get you your crossbars. Having it raised allows you to get those tie downs very nicely. And one of the things that I like about the side is look at how the body line rises up as it comes into the passenger door. Really gives it unique style. And then you have this large safari style rear quarter window. And then of course, swinging it around out back, what do we have going on here? You're gonna have that signature LED lighting, Lexus LED lighting. I'm so glad that they went with the script spelling Lexus out rather than having the badge. You do have a long roof spoiler, and for the first time, we have a GX that the door doesn't swing open like a house door. This has a traditional open rear lift gate, and of course you'll be able to open up the rear window still by just pushing the button right here. I wish that they would have taken the wiper and tucked it under here to clean this all up, but I kind of get why they didn't, because of this is where you're gonna lift it, and I'm only gonna give it a half a zonk. Working our way down, more body color, lots of good space for when this is open to stand on top of it. You got your full towing capability, of course, and then that GX 550 badge. So much history with the GX name, but why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood of this beast and see what's powering it. All right, guys, we got the hood open. You do have hood struts underneath the hood. They have gotten rid of the V8. What has it been replaced with? Well, first of all, what you're looking at is a 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 that puts out 349 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque. Now, if you're upset about the V8, the good news I could tell you is that that's more horsepower and more torque than the outgoing engine. It's mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Depending on how you trim out your GX 550. And what I mean by that is, are you gonna go premium? Are you gonna go premium plus? Are you gonna go luxury? Are you gonna go luxury plus? Or are you gonna go with the Overtrail options? That's gonna dictate how much towing you could do. It's gonna be anywhere from 6,780 pounds all the way up to 8,000 pounds. Lexus estimates the combined MPG of this power plant is 17 MPGs. It has standard four-wheel drive, limited slip diff, and an electronic transfer case. The other great news is that this is sitting on that GAF platform that Lexus has been using to really give a more rigid structure, but also a structure that's gonna be secure. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the interior and see what new things are in store with this GX. All right, guys, we are inside this 2024 Lexus GX 550. Like I was telling you, that new Overtrail extreme off-roading trim that is new as well for 2024. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I've been dreaming of this moment. I want to be sitting where you're sitting. My great-grandfather had the first GX back 20 years ago. I want to get a GX. How much is it? No official pricing yet, but stay tuned to Raiti's Rise because we'll be bringing it to you. But let's see what Lexus is bringing on this redesigned GX to the door panels. Absolutely love the clean, luxurious style. You have soft touch material that's gonna be easy to clean if you get any mud or Twinkie fingerprints anywhere. You have a nice padded armrest and some great stitching. Really, really nice to see no cloth. If you notice, we have our Mark Levinson sound system, and of course we have that tasteful speaker grill cover, nicely placed. Door pocket is gonna be on the tighter side, so maybe 2 Austin, Texas rattlesnake tacos and a bottle of goat's milk to wash it down. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, look at how far they moved the dash forward for the passenger. Really frees up this space. You have that soft touch material, double stack on the AC vents, which I'm really digging. And then you even have a tray here. It's also a grab handle, so you can put your Twinkies in here, or it's a grab handle. My advice is make sure nobody grabs if the Twinkies are in here, because you're gonna bust cream. When they grab on it, that Twinkie's gonna bust cream everywhere. Now, as you slide in, we have this massive infotainment system, 14-inch. It's the same Lexus multimedia system as the other models, but that's not a bad thing, because look, we got our dual climate control, all the nice, easy to operate knobs. The one thing that's still a zonk for me is gonna be the AC control. Not my favorite, but you do have, of course, 3 stages of heated seats, 3 stages of ventilated seats, and a 2-stage heated steering wheel. But like I said, if you really wanna see all the operations of this, watch one of my other reviews that we have on display. You can hit the view camera. Look how it gives us a 360 spin in this underground layer here in Austin, Texas. This is where, believe it or not, Coldplay recorded a whole record album here in Austin because they just love Texas. But there is our GX working our way down, AC vents. Look at this neat stuff. USB-Cs, slide this door open, you got a 12-volt, you got your mode selector knob, your drive modes, you got your hill descent control, crawl control. Everything has been upgraded to work smoother when you're switching from 4 high to 4 low and all those goodies. Open up the door, 2 cup holders, close it, you can put your phone here. You got all of this great accessibility with the different functions. This is gonna control that 10-speed automatic. This is gonna get you into your 4x4 system, high, low, or automatic. You can lock the center diff or the rear diff. Love the way they got a place here for some peanut M&Ms. Nice soft material on the armrest. Lift it up, what do we got? An actual cool box. So you could have your water, 4 bottles, or what I would do is have 2 bottles and maybe a chalupa. A nice rattlesnake chalupa. That seems to be the thing here in Austin, Texas, is rattlesnake chalupa, burgers. It's a rattlesnake kind of thing. The seat material, nice soft leather with the stitching. Look at how the way they got a little bit of microfiber suede that's kind of green on this Overtrail trim. Full power assist for the passenger. Of course, full power assist for the driver. That would only make sense. And then we have that standard size sunroof, which I am gonna zonk. I would like to see a panoramic sunroof. WTF. Why don't you go ahead though, get yourself over here. I wanna show you, not WTF, I wanna show you behind the steering wheel of a TFT display in this GX. All right guys, we're inside this redesigned GX. We got 3 memory seat settings. I love the aluminum sill plate that illuminates with the Lexus name. You got your seat controls all within fingertip reach. Look at the stitching. Nice green color stitching on this Overtrail. I'm 6 feet tall and I'm swimming in space. You definitely have more room in this new GX than the previous generation. Steering wheel, same great Lexus wheel. Nice thickness, great leather. They even do like the simulated stitching on the horn button, the Lexus badge. You got that flat gray finish on all the switch gear, paddles to go up and down the 10-speed automatic. We have an electric tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And then of course we have that massive 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster with our different modes. So if you're wondering why is it blurry, that isn't the camera, that's how it's appearing as we go through the different modes in this vehicle. So having that digital display, having of course that massive head-up display, but also remember having the extra room. But since we're talking about room, let's get into the back seat and see how much is back there for your passengers in this GX. All right guys, back seat time, and I think this is one of the greatest improvements of the new GX is having all this space for your rear seat passengers, especially the fact that you could sit 3 across rather than just 2. And as you can see, because of that flat roof, I have plenty of headroom no matter if I'm sitting up front or in the back seat. Now on the back of the actual seat, you do have that nice material. Look at the microfiber suede green. I like the way they have that green. Let me know what you think about it. I'm digging the exterior color. That sand color looks absolutely phenomenal. Of course, we have pockets on the back of the seat. Now what you could do is when you're off-roading, especially with your kids, is bring a couple books. You know, it's all about technology. And now that the Lexus GX has more technology than previously, how about tell your kids to put the phones down and read a book? Maybe the history of Texas, maybe about Steve Austin, Santa Ana, or the Battle of the Alamo. It's actually some really good stories and they're all true. So have that pocket there. Command center, talk about a command center. Look at this, you have your dual AC vents. We of course have USB-Cs, 2 of them, and you have your heated seats, no ventilated seats. Let me know if you think that's a zonk. Another thing that's a little cumbersome is that if you're sitting in the middle, you're gonna have to sit like this and not be able to put your feet up here. I get, you know, because it just kind of feels weird to do that. So I'm gonna slide back over here. We have our manual, look at that, our manual security shades, sunshades. You know, when you're out there in the desert off-roading and you're wearing a tux, sometimes you could break a sweat. It's kind of nice to get a little bit less sunlight on you. How about these seats? The seats don't slide, so that's one thing to remember, but they do recline. That's about it. So you can sit like this, or you can sit like this. Those are your 2 choices. Or you can sit like that. Pull this down, Charmin Soft. It's been doing the 3 quilted test, 3 ply on that, 2 cup holders. Flip it back, but let's get to the biggest piece of the puzzle, especially the backs of these seats. Kind of cool how they did that design. I got distracted. Let's get to the biggest piece of the puzzle. Let's get in that cargo area and I'll show you how the new door opens on this GX. All right guys, this is probably one of the biggest changes to the GX. Like I said, the old way of opening up the rear tailgate was door style, like opening up a door in your home. This is the traditional setup, but what's great is that they kept the ability to lift up that rear glass and you could easily gain access without lifting the rear tailgate of this GX 550. Close it down, X marks the spot, hit the button, nice electric assist, and this is one of my favorite things on this new GX is look at how much room we have. The width, the height, the depth, plenty of space for whatever you need. And then of course, if you're gonna go to the beach, if you're gonna go camping, you do have a home power source, and there's a little bit of storage underneath. You could put about 1.5 boxes of Twinkies in there in case you're in an emergency with a bear. If you're in the woods and cocaine bear is coming after you, the trick is to throw Twinkies at them and you'll be okay. Now I know you wanna go on throttle. I wanna find out just how this GX drives compared to the previous generation. That time isn't here yet, but what we gotta do, we gotta hit the road and get to the next media drive. So let's wrap it up from Austin, Texas. All right guys, it's been one heck of a day. Deep down under the streets of Austin, Texas. Definitely got to thank the whole Lexus team for inviting us to bring you this new GX. Let me know what you think. Does this check off the boxes, giving you bold style, new technology, new power plant, and of course that Lexus reliability and the GX name? What do you think about it? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raity's Rise family. Of course, we need to thank Lori, LG Raiti, working that camera like a champ. It's one of those whirlwind kind of tours for us. We've been traveling from one coast to the other coast of the United States, and Lori has been bringing it no matter what the conditions are. So show her some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.